Alrighty, Folky Dokes, we are back live once again, and we are continuing along with our playthrough of No Man's Sky. So, hey there, hi there, ho there, duders and dudettes. Welcome back, and a fine welcome to you if you're new to the broadcast. We're happy to have you along for the ride. That Brad currently sees this is on our freighter, the Blade. Standing right outside the Frankenbeans. We've already done due diligence. We swung on by the old Chateau d'Epstein, a lovely A-class settlement. Managed to dissolve a dispute amongst our compatriots. Came back up here, sent out our frigates on their remaining 3 missions for the day. Though I think those are gonna cycle on back again in a few hours. Not sure the exact time when they respawn new missions for you. Haven't paid attention. But we also got all our crops, put them into the inventory, so all the nonsensical monotony is done and taken care of, so we are free to pick back up They Who Returned quest. Currently, we need to go locate an Echo Seed. I don't think we have too much more to go on that. It's a decent chunk of it. But, yeah. That's what we're up to. See where we go from there once that's all said and done. I believe we will get the staff multi-tool when we complete this quest. I can't say that for a certainty. But it looked like one of the Autophages at the camp was carrying one. It was the first time I've seen it in my playthrough, so that would be why I speculate that's going to be the case. Next order of business. I also had some runaway mold going in the refiners. I waited till they got to 50%, took what we had, left the rest going, because I want to test something. My theory is that as long as you don't leave the system that your freighters in, what you leave in the refiners will be there when you return. But if you are to leave to a different system through the galaxy map or through the teleporter, I want to say that they will disappear. Whereas if you're doing that at a camp on one of the planets, I believe if you leave the planet, that's what's going to occur. As long as you stay on the ground, they will be there when you return to your camp. But I just want to quell suspicion and iron that out, so that's why I'm doing that. So again, we have 190,000 nanites. If we do lose them, it's not going to be a wash. We got more than enough for our needs for the foreseeable future. So, what it's telling us to do is use the analysis visor to locate sentient echoes at an echo site. Deploy the scan homogenizer with L3. So, we're going to pop on down. Whereas earlier on, we needed to do the scanning at a harmonic camp. It's not saying that. Alright, there we go. Alright, so we need to go to that purplish icon right there. It's not too far away, we can go there by foot. Another thing I did in the off hours, I did a lot of crafting. Did not make any stasis devices, but we do have the ability to do so. I just want to get some of the other components stacked up a little bit better. We still got more than enough ingredients left over from what we had stockpiled, so seems like the setup that we have on the freighter is good enough for our crops. I don't even know why I'm grabbing these. Maybe I've been using nav data. And the other item that you would get from this is right there, the exosuit upgrade shot. Our exosuit is maxed out, so we have no need for those. Well, I suppose we could sell these. small chunk of change. And we've already finalized the signal. Oh, there's a couple of them. Sentience echoes. I don't know what the difference between the purple and the blue is. Sure, we're gonna find out in a second. Let's smack out this dissonant resonance. And we got a mirror. Alright, so now that we're here, we need to hit the L3 button once these sentinels break off. Holy shit, alright. I wasn't expecting that. So they basically look like a hybrid of the radiant shards and the living fragments. Terrain manipulator is not going to do it. And we have an echo suit. And some nosy sentinels. I'm going to do my due diligence, get a bunch of these. Oh, come on. Fuck, man. Look at the attached girlfriend. Get out of here. He's gonna be right on our ass in a second. Mm-hmm. Or what is ever ass. So it doesn't tell you how many of those you need, or if you really only need to have one, but I want to gather up a bunch. If it'll let us. It's not letting me scan for anymore, so I guess we only needed the one. Alright. Alright, wacky inflatable arm waving tube man. How you doing? All those. A couple more creatures we can scan, get some quick units.
Units received. Weather warning. Incoming storm. Units received.
Your bulbous ass. There you go. 14. Alright, we're not going to be going for all of them. Again, still chilling at 1 billion. I did utilize some of the units to buy some upgrade slots for the Franken beans. Didn't go too crazy. We also had the storage augments to utilize. I don't think we really need anything else off the planet, so we can get some more radiant shots, but we got 20 on our person, and we also have 10 on the ship, so let's just get the heck on out of here, shall we? Since this is right here, might as well grab it. We still got a bunch of building components that we're going to want to unlock on the anomaly. But I'm not going to go out of my way to get them. If they happen to be nearby, I'll dig them up. Be a good enough spot to call you in. There you go. We'll see what awaits us after this. I assume it's going to lead up to us going back to a harmonic camp, but again, I don't know anything for certain. I'm just going off speculation. Yeah, it would have been quicker just to walk. What's up, Helios? What do you got for nanites? Probably not going to get much. We did this pretty recently. If we get 1,000, that would be cool. Yeah, I don't think we got 100. We got 90. An idea we didn't have, so I suppose that's alright. Alright, Chuckles. Get your echo seed. You are here, traveler friend. I have been busy. Always busy, yes. That's why you never leave this spot. This new project, I am grateful. I did not know how much I needed it. I'm happy to provide that for you. The construct, friend, is assembled. Their pieces are not new pieces. Worn metal and crooked gears with stories to tell. I believe you will find they look exactly like Autophage you have met. Perfect. The very spark to wake our construct, friend. You will find their shell next to the Tethys fiend. Oh, a friend. Big difference between a fiend and a friend. See what they puzzle from the Atlanteum. Their fresh forged mind may see what we cannot. Tethys, I believe, is over by the multi-tool. Decommissioner. Oh, what the hell did you do to him? Something out of fucking... War of the Worlds over here. Tethys nods gruffly, but doesn't appear to be in conversational mood. Perhaps I should return another day. The fuck? No. I was told to come and talk to you. Apollo, friend, does not seem the type to lie to me. This must be the construct that Specialist Apollo has been assembling. It is huge. It does not particularly resemble an autophage. No, it does not. I hope Apollo knows what they are doing. The echo seed has an instant effect upon this pile of scrap metal. The awakened sentience seems momentarily confused. I would feel that way too. Working rapidly to process its surroundings. Shell found where? Star, star, star. Between star, star. Shell here. Here, shell. Intact. Safe. Safe. Language synthesis. Partially stabilized. Yeah, I think it still needs some tweaking. Say hello. The odd-looking construct rise excitedly, their facial tubes swaying. They fix all 5 eyes upon me. Here, shell feels her. There'll be no feeling her. Got a shit kicked off YouTube, buddy. Here, shell is I know her. I should hope so if you're feeling her out. Jesus. All shells know this crystal. All electronic hearts know her. Void. Void, void, void. Ask about the construct. Ask about the autophage. I don't think he's gonna really know too much about himself. He looks a bit confused, so how about the autophage? Yes, I know them. Built others. No entity to serves erasure. They have built a word we don't know. Own. Probably their own. I am content here. I am home. Acceptance of no answers. Built others are different. They look for her. Built others respect sturdy hands. Hands that build. Meet them where they are. Knowledge through friendship. Friendship through trust. And I'll ask him about himself. I am he who is known as I am. Construct. Assembled here by Apollo hands and by your hands. Other entity, I was made here, but I remember before here, before assembly. A mind is not a body. A mind remembers, and so too does the North. I remember. Built others on quiet wavelength. Only a whisper. Long distance, trace difficult. Other entity, take this memory. Build it to hear them louder. And we got a polyphonic core, autophage resonance key. An attachment for the multi-tool scanner that allows the device to detect and decode the clocking signal of nearby autophage units. Use all 3 to activate the scanner. As its detector waveform passes over the local area, it will automatically reveal nearby autophage entities. In addition, this device can be used to locate autophage settlements. Select this device and use Locate Autophage Camp to pinpoint a planetary location of interest to the autophage. And this might make the echolocators obsolete, so that's kind of cool. If it works the way I assume it's gonna. So, first order of business, we gotta fit that in the multi-tool. And we get a plus 38% scan radius, so that's kind of cool as well. Plantium, we got that, and since the freighter's nearby, we got our living glass, so that worked. And what do you run on? Atlantium. That's a good thing you got a full stack on us. Alright, so that takes care of that. Next order of business, since we're right by the multi-tool machine, do we have one to sell? No, I want to keep all of these. But we still have an open slot, which we're going to need for the staff, if we in fact unlock that. Yeah, he looks terrifying. I woke up looking like that, I would not be none too pleased. The construct seemed enlivened by the presence of Atlantium. Consult with Nada to decide the next steps. It's a good thing I didn't leave before reading that. What's up, Chuckles? How you doing? Nice fanny pack you got there. Follow friends. Project Wake. Do they live? Say they spoke in Autophage. Tell about Blueprint. Ask about her. Yeah, I'd like to know about her. Nada's eyes flare. They look away, conflicted. Ah, yeah, you've been scorned. They regard me apologetically. Oh, somebody caught a charge. Friend entity. I am sorry. If Nada understands construct entity's meaning, Nada does not wish to discuss it. Oh, yep, she left you in a huff. Say they spoke in Autophage. They are an entity. They have a self. But whatever their voice, Nada does not think they are builder entity, any more than Nada is. And about the blueprint, impressive. Traveler entity is fast to gain construct entity's trust. This is a useful memory print. Nada's opinion is limited, but Nada will share what they have. Builder entities value their purple lattice. Construct entity responds. Even Nada's carapace responds. Other electronics may respond too. And builder entities do not seem dangerous. Data comes from time together. Friendship may too. It is traveler entity's choice. Both are valid. It is not either or. Okay. Prayers of the machine, audience with the autophage. So we have two things that we could do to proceed. So let's take a look at the log, see what it tells us. Research properties of Atlantium. The construct claims that all electronic hearts will react to the presence of Atlantium. Search for computing units and observe their responses. Or attach the construct's polyphonic core to your multi-tool scanner. Select an empty inventory slot. We already did that. Do you not see? It's right here. Alright, now we need to go to an autophage site. So, back to the dissonant planet review. We're going to make a quick stop by the freighter because our nanites, if they are still going, should be done by now. Because again, the working theory is as long as we don't leave the system in which our freighter's in, I believe we shouldn't lose productivity on our refiners. That's why we're doing this, so we can actually have a concrete answer. Yep, you missed the entrance, you son of a bitch. Alright, we want to go this way. Not this way. Alright, looks like it's either gone or it's done. Let's see. Hey, we didn't lose them. Alright, so that is accurate. If you don't leave the system, you will not lose what you have in your refiners. Nope, nope, nope. We're gonna get that out of there. That's the other reason why I like having 5 refiners. All the overage will equal up to 20, and you can put them into your personal refiner. For another 4 more. Where are you? There you go. Yep. So, I mean, I could put another batch in since we're not going to be leaving the system, but, I'm not really too concerned about getting more nanites. I think we got plenty. Now, where's the Frankenbeans? There you is. Doink. That's one way to turn around quickly. Oh, come on, just pulse drive. It's good. And now it's pointless. And I think another thing I want to do in this stream, since we have an overabundance of Quicksilver now, so I want to go purchase a living egg. Let's see if we can get ourselves a living ship going on. What are we on? Terrain manipulator? Next order of business. So it didn't add a new option here. No, a trade hub. No shit. I believe that's what it looks like. Why isn't it telling me? There you go. Polyphonic core can detect autophage from long distance. Open multi-tool inventory and scan. Locate autophage camp. Armored clam? The hell's there an armored clam doing there? That's flat land. Strange. Alright. Okay. Oh, okay. Road autophage signal detected. So that's how it works. That's kind of, yeah. Then again, I guess we're out of ways that we could do it through this method, so it makes sense. I'll let it pass. It's 1,241 units. Let's hop in the Frankenbeans. to an autophage camp? This is not an autophage camp. What the fuck is this? Sent to a beacon. Locate the device within your inventory and select resonate. Oh, that's for the echolocator. Enter an autophage set. The assembled construct during upon a paired memory. Provide blueprints for it. Oh, God. You know that. And now it has us do this. Oh, shit. Didn't see you there, buddy. How do you do? As the contract stares at me, I am aware of my status here as an intruder, an organic life form beneath the Atlantidian veil that has been drawn across the autophage. Present a gift of 19 Atlantean. Practice language. Offer assistance in sufficient standing. Oh, alright, so it's kind of like the Gex, the Korvax, and the Vikings. We gotta build up a reputation with them. I was certain Blair were blah blah blah. Many, I have no idea. I will tell a disruptor. Power. Oh, so we need to learn more of your language, sir. But our standing has increased. Where are you going? Oh, there's a couple of you guys. Goddamn. Okay.
Weather warning. Incoming storm.
Request dialogue. So a little bit more involved than the regular guys, but... Return Construct Neo presents a list of symbols. So we're starting from the bottom, working our way back up. Awesome. Wait, you want to get the nano cables, son of a bitch? Then we're gonna have to carry a whole bunch of different items around with us. It is what it is. Alright, so this is far more involved than I was expecting it to be, but whatever. Adds more depth to the game, I guess. Happy to share knowledge. Construct Sam presents a series of symbols representing words they can teach. I usually just go for the first one. I always cycle around. Staff. So we need to go around and do this a whole bunch of times, I guess. That's just ducky. I see you, Disruptor. Do you see in me? I regard Construct Final. All wires in recycled matter. They return my gaze. Radiant Shot. We got plenty of those. This is valuable. Thank you. Do you also love Convergence? We're erased. The Atlas did nothing. Had the power to save. Made, though, to do nothing. Was she? Our standing has increased again. So we can squeeze out another word off of them. Quest dialogue help. And once you get a good understanding of their language, you can practice. Sometimes you'll get items, sometimes nanites, sometimes units. It all depends. Pretty beneficial when you're in a trade hub. You get a bunch of them kicking around. So do I get to talk to you? The autophage stares at me inquisitively. Though their expression is difficult to read, gee, what a surprise, they do not appear alarmed or even surprised by my approach, simply curious to see what business I have here. Welcome, pre-built entity. That, the construction of such technology deserves. You be the disruptor. Show Atlantium, show Harmonizer. Gently, gestured politely. I'm gonna show him the Harmonizer. Harmonizer? The Autophage runs a battered metal finger over the Harmonizer. Harmonizer. Oof. I'm struggling with that word, goddamn. Tapping at it, they nod with approval. Wish, friendship, disruptor? Is possible. We are a society of cooperation. There's always work to be done. Contribution to be made. Repeat, friendship. Repeat, work. Repeat, contribution. We're gonna go with friendship. The life form seems amused by my clumsy pronunciation of their language, but appreciative of the effort. Regaining composure, they nod solemnly. Present a briefing on a task I might assist with. Assembly required. Planet Rotent Prime. Craft 2 life support gel. So, primary reward, fiberglass grip blueprint. That's gonna make us very, very happy. We'll get 2 more words and plus 2 standing with the Autophage. So we can do that. And it just so happens we already have it. And into life support gel. And we got a fiberglass grip, voltaic component, a strap of flexible resin securely wrapped around a steel pole. One of 3 core components, this forms the backbone of a traditional Autophage voltaic staff. Alright, and now what are we gonna do? This is where we use those void modes. Oh sweet, we moved up. C. Exchange void modes. Staff assembly. Leave. We don't have the void modes on us. But actually, our freighter is nearby, so we might be able to utilize them. Yeah, we get 794. Oh shit, okay. A bunch of stuff that we can purchase. So, appearance mods. Rebuilt exosuit module. Salvage upgrade for the exosuit. Use this to regain the upgrade on constructed by the Autophage. This technology. Alright, so we should be able to put 3 of these in on top of what we already have. But I'm gonna hold off on that. We got a whole bunch of appearance modifications. Looks like we're gonna need to learn how to farm some of this stuff. Autophage staff head, voltaic component. Alright, at least these are cheaper than the appearance mods. But yeah, I'm gonna want to unlock a lot of these. So as we get going along, I'm sure I'll focus on that stuff, but for right now, I just wanted to see what we had on offer. I don't want to go spending them, because again, we haven't really come across much. But we should be able to find the camps a heck of a lot easier now. We'll probably get rewarded with motes as we do missions. Come here, you. The Autophage seems genuinely pleased to speak with me. They enunciate their words slowly and clearly, hoping to convey as much meaning as our language barrier will allow. Contribution, Disruptor. I wish to ask about fiberglass grip. The blueprint is an invitation. A blah blah. A pre-built entity. I think different. You are a disruptor. Alright, but you kind of gotta dumb it down. I don't know most of your language here. To build a staff, a staff constructed by is pre-built. Yeah, I don't really understand what the hell you're telling me. From context, tone, and gestures, I pick up a few new words. The grip schematic I have been gifted seems to form part of an important multi-tool, a holy multi-tool. Ask them to repeat that. Yep, you just tell me the same exact thing you just told me. Part of the staff, holy technology. Oh no, we're getting a couple new words. Staff constructed. Pre-built multi-tool. The Autophage of Watches, repeating their words exactly. I find I can piece together a little more of their meaning this time. Autophage are not like Korvax. Many do not converge to one. Speak all of. If something choose to accept my invitation, travel. Alright. Hopefully it just tells us what you told us. I gather that this grip blueprint is an uncommon gift to an outsider, a significant gesture, the beginnings of acceptance. Construct Sam encouraged me to travel and meet more of the Autophage. Perhaps a complete fiberglass grip, built by my own hands, will make a positive impression on the next camp I visit. Assemble the fiberglass grip via voltaic staff. Craft the staff handle in the inventory with R2. Pin the fiberglass grip blueprint for detailed guidance. There you go. Is that all we needed to do? Judging by the music, yes it was. Alright, so I guess we're gonna have to go planet hopping. Which is fine, because we're already doing that regularly, going around looking for sentinel ships, and now we have something else to do while we do so. Suppose that's alright. And since our refiners have been plucked clean, we can now leave the system. And we already got the ship off this planet, so we don't really have a need to stick around. I'll probably keep the freighter here, though. Because if I recall, I kind of liked the Sentinel ship that was here. Let's see. Alright, so that sent us to the Galactic Core. We don't want to do that. Alright, I guess we're a free ball on it. Sucks, there's another dissonant planet right next to where we were. Is it this one? Go back. Oh, good heavens. Ah, so that's how you pull that off. Okay. Learning something new every day here. I figured there was an easier way to go about this. No, wait, that's a lifeless dissonant planet. Maybe. Let's check it out. I know if there's no, like, regular life forms like the Gek, the Korvax, or the Viking, you won't find any Sentinel ships, but I don't know if that translates the same way with these camps that we're going after. What a surefire way to figure that out is to jump on in and find out. Oh, that looks pretty. It is a plated planet, you don't say. I can't recall if I've actually been to one of these. I want to go scope it out real quick. They might have a glitch relic on it. Yeah, this looks completely different. It's like if H.P. Lovecraft was really into disco. imagine. One way that I've been able to figure it out is if there's only one type of life form on it, usually a decent chance there's going to be a glitched decoration for your camps. And that may very well be the case here. And for those that are trying to get the 10 planets fully discovered, in order to get your gold trophy for that, these are pretty much the easiest one, because you only have to find one life form. I'm pretty sure it counts towards that. Alright, so if there's going to be an item such as the one that I just spoke of, it'll have like a gold icon above it. So we'll wander around for a little bit. Sometimes they're few and far between. But visually, they usually stand out as well. Can I feed you and take you home as a pet? Nope, it's not letting me. Oh, don't let me down. Yeah, some of these random type planets are pretty cool. Just wandering around. You're not going to find much. I mean, sometimes they'll have buildings on them. Sometimes they have weird, like, monolith structures that you can get some lore out of. If I spot one, I'll point it out. Another way to figure it out is if you go to your catalog. I'm not sure if this is curiosities. No. Building parts. That's not it. There's one of these subsections that has them all in it. I think there's 11 total. Could be one does. Collected glitches. There you go. So sometimes you can tell just by the shadow. Except you can't really notice it here. This looks like it's kind of similar to what we get growing on this planet, so we might have one here. Again, usually it's got like one of them gold icons above it with a question mark. We'll wander for a couple more seconds, see if we stumble across one. Like I said, some of the planets are very few and far between. Others, they'd be grouped right next to each other. Sometimes you get lucky. Yeah, that hurt. I'm guessing maybe it's not going to be the case here. So we should have seen something by now. Nothing's popping. Can we call on the ship up here? I can probably throw it right over there. There you go. Yeah, I've seen enough. Let's get the heck on out of here. Boink. Fleet arrived in the Lebu system. There's Paradise Planet, but we don't need that. What we're looking for is the Dissonant Planet. Let's travel further away from here. It's probably behind this. That should be good enough distance. Oh, come on. So damn temperamental. Blighted planet. No dissonance. That's not it. We checked you. I don't know if we're going to be able to scan this one. Still no dissonance. Where, oh where is the dissonant planet? It's gotta be this one. Again, since there's no life forms or a space station inhabiting this region system, there's not going to be a sentinel ship. But that does not mean that there will not be harmonic camps. Ah, shit. I don't know if there's gonna be anything here. Speaking of those, glitch decorations, this is one of the planets that you will find one on. That yellowish pillar over there would be one. I think I already got 17. Oh, goody, we got the robotic dogs, though. If you find yourself on a planet like this, you can pop these bad boys down. They, instead of producing food, they give you nanites. Case in point. You run away. 5 nanite clusters. You don't get much, but again, they do produce nanites. We have one as a pet. If you feed them, you need to feed them an ion battery. Supposedly, I think it just feeds them regular food. You target the Ys, and you get chewy Ys. You get a decent stack if I'm going at the nutrient processor, so I'm not going to bother trying to get a bunch. As for what they craft, I couldn't tell you. Again, I haven't really spent much time utilizing the nutrient processor. That's enough of that. Let's refill this.
Technology recharge.
Alright, so it's the same. You're not going to find any autophage camps on these ones. So it has to be in a region that has life forms. Good to know. I mean, we could wander around and massacre all these fucking robot dogs for nanites, but I don't think we need to do that. We'll leave them be. Oh, he took a dookie. Look at that freshly coiled icon right there. Randomly, they poop just like everything else. You can face him. Kind of funny. With that, we are gonna send. Oh, we need to move you up. We don't need to, but this I'm just gonna break down. Could go sell it, but I mean, really, it's not gonna make a dent in what we've already got. Why is... Oh, it's activated cadmium. Alright. Cadmium. Cadbury. Alright, this needs to go to the freighter. This needs to go to the freighter. I can send that to the freighter, too. That I was intended to sell. This we need to sell. And that we don't really need. Not going to give us much. But just to get it out of the inventory and get something for the effort. There you go. Alright, anywho. Time to mosey along. Now I need to figure out how exactly I got it that I can look at the... Alright, so if you want to be able to just free roam about like we're doing right here, you want to hit your circle button. We have a gift. Oh yeah, that was for a salvage frigate module. Let's go do that. I completely forgot we had that mission going on. Choice of being easily distracted. We're in the Go Toys 16 system. Here in the Hilbert dimension. Alright, is there an icon for this? Oh, we gotta proc the mission to be pointed where we're going. There you go. Doink. We're not sticking around beyond doing this. I just wanted to get this mission out of the way since it popped up for us. Also be able to sell some of those items that we were just looking at, so that works too. Yep, howdy, how you doing? No pleasantries. I'm cool with the gag. I have misplaced the client's package, but I replace it with an identical item. Neutron microscope. Oh shit, I sold it. Ha ha! Whoopsie. Not the first time I've done that. We're gonna lose some standing with whoever. Oh, that's a crazy looking fighter jet. 5 million units, you say? Sir, I'm gonna purchase your jalopy. And yummy, yummy, yummy to you too. Actually, do you have the item that we're looking for? Of course not. Alright. I'd like to purchase your vessel. Looks like it's of Jamaican descent. Here we go. 4.8 million. We have 1 billion and 10 mil, so we'll still be above a billion. Thanks for playing. Have a day. We might do supper with that. Again, I very much like the color schematics of it. The wings are kind of unique looking. I've seen it before. Cockpit, I think I've already broken down and have ready for a customizable ship. Maybe we'll do something with that. Maybe we'll just break it down to parts. I have no idea. Oh, look at that, an exact duplicate. Wouldn't you know? Alright, so we're gonna go into the log and just kill this. And we decreased with the Merchants Guild. So where does that put us with them? Yep, still at Exalted. Fuck yeah. Cool beans. That would have been a shame if we lost that. Explore countless realities. Nope, we don't need to do that. Alright, research properties of the latitudes. Cleanse of all electronic hots. Search for computing units and observe their responses. Alright, so it's basically like going around the dissonant planets. And feeding the Atlanteum to the robots on the ground like we've been doing. So, next order of business. I did not stop at the merchants to sell that shit. Whatever. I think we don't have plenty of inventory spaces. Alright. Nope, nope, we just had one. Shit. There you go. Here in the pissed off hog system. Like it said on a quick inspection. Find out better when we arrive. And Pissiot Hag. Okay, I was kind of close with Pissed Off Hog. Two very different things. Tis a webbed planet. I don't know if I've been to one of those before. Let's make sure we find the dissonant planet first. Do you? And there you go. On an isotopic planet. Jesus, what the hell's going on over here? Actually, are we in a Gek system? We're in a Viking. We're very cool with the Viking. I don't want to go ruining our reputation. If it was a Gek, I'd be running over there to blast those ships to holy hell. But, yeah, we're not going to do that. Alright, well, since it's the same amount of distance, I want to see what the wet planet looks like. Very likely we've already been to this type of planet before, but so many different types tend to get forgetful. Represent Atlantidium to an electronic heart and note its responses. Summon the space anomaly to scan for Atlantean sensitive processes. Like a monolith. Alright. So there's glitches here too. What you're gonna be looking for are little ball things down here, but they're gonna have wires holding them down. You just walk up, hold down the R3 button, and you can gather it up for a decoration. Not of that size, that's too big, but that's what they would look like. So I guess you would find those on the web planets. Just trying to see if I can spot one from up here without going down. Yeah, not important, but you get the gist of it. If you're looking for cool, kitschy stuff to decorate your bases with. Were you the dissonant planet? Are you gonna... Oh, come off it now. There you go. Actually, real quick while this is doing its thing. This is a yellow type planet. And our freighter is in a yellow type planet, so... Kinda want to bring my freighter to a different colored star system to see if we can get gases out of our atmosphere doohickeys. all we've been getting is chromatic metal out of it. Pretty much get 3 full stacks at this point. Ideally, I want to find one that has nitrogen and just leave the freighter there. We don't want to land near the water, so that was stupid. I should have stopped, repositioned. Then again, if we want to get the life forms, maybe we should pop down real quick. I'm willing to bet buttons to nuts there's going to be quite a few underwater creatures. We could also prop down the sub, see if we can find some crash ships.
Extreme radiation detected.
Oh, you don't say.
Units received. Units received. Units received. Units received. Units received.
Let's see, we got 13 total. We got 3 of the underwater. Ah, we gotta go to the southern region for one of them. And we have one more underwater, so we might as well swim around a little bit longer, see if we can get that one out of the way. And let's get this relic. If we can. As they put them in very awkward places. It's not a guarantee that the rare one's gonna pop for us, but I figure since we're already in the water, we might as well see if we can just get all of them. And I got plenty of these in the old storage facility, so we don't need to go around gathering that stuff up. Where, oh where, is the rare fishy? We're getting a bunch of stuff scanned, so it's not a complete waste, but... usually it would pop by now. And where's our ship back here? I don't want to get too far away from it. Come on, you bastard. There he is. Sweet, now we don't have to worry about going into the water anymore. And if you don't have the protection like we got, these things are definitely your friends. You can go up, hit them up for a replenishment of your oxygen. And I think we pretty much scanned everything that was down here. Alrighty. So, next order of business. So let's take a look and see where we're at. We are more towards the north, so we're gonna have to go out of the way to get that southern one, but so be it. And another thing that I done came to figure out is I don't need to go to a portal to get the portal addresses for these. If we find a pretty decent ship here, I'm not gonna name it. Do I have to name it? I guess I have to name it. But if you put it into your wonders, it'll give you the portal glyphs when you look it up. So now, when I find new sentinel ships, they look pretty funky. And I want to point them out to y'all, make it so you can go and get them yourselves. We now have the ability to do that. Looks like sodium. We don't need that. I'm wondering, do I have to... Oh shit, are you curious deposits? There's like a good chunk of them too. I should probably set up a base here. Or at the very least... There you go. Now we know where to look for these. So, we can grab them. We're here. Might as well. Just want to see how many we're going to get total once we get the whole batch of them. If it's more than 2 stacks, we'll definitely set up a base camp here. Kind of lucked out with the mold base that I made previously. It's on a radioactive, well, toxic planet, so when there's a storm going, we get like triple the amount of resources, which would not be the case here. Alright, well, let's see what that goes. Yeah, I guess it's not really worth it. You get a full stack and a little bit over. We can do better than that. Alright, so next order of business. That's just random. You like dry humping one of the floating sentinels? That was fucking weird. Shut that shit down right now. Yep, nothing new there. Game glitching like it usually does. Tito! That's the Tito from way back when. How the hell have you been, sir? Long time no speaking. Caught us playing another space game. Ah, shit, there's birds. Yeah, just same old, playing games, sipping coffee, smoking butts, keeping up with Cornet's podcast and whatnot. Not much has changed. Played many a different games since Chorus. Did a lot of The Long Dark. And did pretty much all I could do with that game. So then we moved on. Played, got the PS5 finally. Finally pulled the trigger on that. Played quite a few decent games. Oh, wrong one. Definitely recommend Returnal. That game was fantastic. Absolute mindfuck. Definitely not an easy game either. Ah, shit. Yeah, we done pissed off the robots. We'll take on the first couple waves down here and then go up into space. Jesus. Where are you? There you are. Again, on the 5th wave, they're gonna send that big Starship Destroyer after you. But if you're down here, you're not gonna be able to fight it. It's gonna be an absolutely aggravating dogfight. But for the smaller ships, it's a hell of a lot easier to fight them down here. They have less space to move around. Yoink. Usually once I get to the 4th wave, I'll head up to the, out of the atmosphere of the planet I'm on. We don't want to fight those guys. They picked a bad time to warp in. And as far as your squadron is concerned, kind of a waste of resources and time adding them into the mix. They don't do dick all the shit for you. So just sit in your way. Like that's that guy with the gold stream. We recruited him. I wanted to see what that was all about. Yeah, very disappointing. Whether they tweak that in a future update, let's see. Alright, I'm gonna take out 2 of these guys, then go into space. Now we'll switch over to our lasers, get our shields back up. Last one out here. Again, if y'all are early on with your runs, you don't have your stats maxed up, again, I definitely recommend. You can lure the competition down to the ground level. It's going to make your battling a hell of a lot easier. Oh, did we lose him? Son of a bitch. But yeah, when you get to the 5th wave of the Sentinel fighters, they call in the big dog. But if you're down on the ground, it won't warp in. I had it like I was like halfway in, halfway out. And if I went to go to the front of the ship to take out its shields, it would just disappear. So that's why I suggest if you're gonna try and do that, take on the smaller ships down here, and then right before it's gonna go into the 5th wave, make your way back out into space. Alright. We need to look for a camp. Again, US truly gets easily distracted. That's going on the freighter. We don't need to be carrying these. I love it. Like I still have the PS4, but basically I just use it to charge my phone while I'm playing on this one. 'Cause for some reason I can't plug in the cord I got into the PS5. I got different ports. But the only game that I would play on the PS4, I downloaded it, The Long Dark. I downloaded it onto the PS5, but it was playing all wonky. So if I want to replay that or do anything like content-wise, I'm gonna switch over to the PS4 to do that. But other than that, all the other PS4 games I've ported over have been alright. Though I should try Resident Evil 4 Remake. I played that on the PS4. I should be able to put it onto the 5. Alright, what are we doing? We need the multi-tool. There we go.
Navigational data received.
And then The one that I bought came with Spider-Man 2. I blasted through that and haven't looked back at it. It's a pretty forgettable story. Which is a shame because they had Venom in it, but they didn't feature him like they should have. Oh, hello, you. Gelatinous blow. I want to get as many of these creatures as I can. So we get a nice chunk of change for each of the ones we scan. We get about 420,000 units. It's always worthwhile. 428,000. We still got 5 more to go. We're not going to be able to get all of them because one of them's down in the southern section of the region. We're up towards the north. Let's see. You are 7 hours away. Let's hop on the plane. Stash ship. But another game that I also got that was looking forward to. I played the first one of it, Everspace, on the PlayStation 4, but the sequel was only available on the 5. So I should be playing that pretty soon. Just trying to get as much done in this before I move on. I got this on sale because it was a toss-up whether I was going to get this or Everspace 2. But when I went to look for it, this was on sale for $30. Everspace was still full price. And then randomly this month I saw an ad on my Facebook for it. So when I looked it up on the PlayStation Store, I was happy to see this one. That was also on sale this month for $30.
Radiation protection.
But like I said, once I bump over to that one, I'll probably stop playing this for a while. So I wanted to get as much done with this one first. Scavenged construct Veribadusi, butchered his name, considers me thoughtfully. Present a gift of Atlantium. This is a gift. You have my thanks. Eubla of Atlantium. Do. Corvax Prime is blah blah blah. Alatus. Yeah, I still have like no idea what the hell y'all are talking about here. So that's a shame. This is why we have to go camp to camp to get more of their language learned and progress the story along. There is a fierceness to this autophage. They stare so intensely that for a moment that I fear they may strike me. They appear to be evaluating something, perhaps scanning my suit. Suddenly they relax. Whatever they were assessing, they seem satisfied with the outcome. Something is the truth. I did not blah. I see myself. A disruptor. Her resonance is in something shell. Show fiberglass grip. Yeah, this is annoying that I can't understand most of what they're saying. Construction disruptor. Hands are for a pre-built entity. I see something of values in you. Build, own path. Do not simply conform. Non-convergent society. Choose to be together. Own destiny. That is what... Hey, thanks for walking on the shot there, buddy. Fucking rude. I am blue to a disruptor, where, even before, divergence. I have a mission, if you wish to complete the ritual. Repair a lost autophage. Recycle construct Raj. Primary reward, Atlantidium chamber blueprint. Well, I suppose we ought to do this. So now we gotta go find one of the guys that are like ground into the pavement here. feed him some Atlantium and then come on back to him. That's a cool looking staff. Hoping we can make something like that. I'll find out. I am visible to pre-built entity. Yeah, I see you playing as dead. You look fucking weird. You construct Ekferb waited countless years for their show. They look at me now with the same patience. Alright, I ain't even gonna guess as to what he's telling us right now. She, her, in a purple dream. She is an heir of understanding. And we have increased our reputation with them. Salvaged construct Rukbaka. Shell turns towards me. Does it seem alien to them? Alright, we gotta get some spools and nano cables. Which, once we salvage a ship or two, we'll have plenty. I'm not gonna do anything here. Leave. Alright, let's figure out where we need to find the robot thing that we gotta fix up. Those red dots are more fauna that we need to scan. For what? For, you on PS5, PS4? And what type of game are you looking for? Like, role-playing? Shooter? Something space-related like this? PS5? Oh, yeah. So, I mean, I know you were cool, pretty keen on a Chorus space shooter we were playing. If you wanted something in the veins of that, like I said, Everspace 2 should still be on sale. I think it's going for like $30 right now. Open adventure RPG. If you haven't played this is pretty open. There's a couple of different types that you can play. You can play survival, permadeath, normal mode. They've done a lot of upgrades to it. They're going to be putting out some more updates as well. But there's a lot you can do in this. You can go just ship hunting. There's a lot of base building. There's RPG elements to it, missions and stuff that you have to go around to. Basically, if you like exploring, provides a lot of that. There's many different types of planets that you can go off and just explore, run around on. There's space fights that you can do. But, I mean, no one player plays it exactly the same. That's the one thing that I really like about this game, is you can pretty much just make it your own, choose your own adventure type of thing. But like, you get your main missions to keep the story moving along. But like, we're working on some secondary missions right now. But like I said, you can just spend hours upon hours building a base. You can spend hours just going around finding crashed ships to make your own. You also get like freighters that you can purchase. Helldivers, I've seen a little bit. It kind of reminds me of like somewhat on par with the Division 2. Not fully, not exactly like it, but like a lot of pretty much in the same vein. I don't think it's like a looter shooter, but it's more like co-op. You have to have like a lot of, like, you don't have to have a lot of friends, but I mean, I don't think you can just go into it solo. I think you like have to play it like in a group. So that's why I didn't really pursue it too much, because I like to just go off and do my own thing. But like the Division 2 was pretty alright with that. Like, if you wanted to play on your own, you could play on your own, but just as easily within seconds you could be in a group. before going off and doing like legendary missions, hitting up the dark zone, doing PvP. So I kind of like that aspect of that game. But like I said, I don't think this one's still on sale. It might be cheaper than full price at this point, though. It's been out since 2016. But again, if you're looking for like space combat and stuff in the same vein of like Chorus, Everspace 2 is highly rated. I can't say on personal, I haven't fired it up and played it yet, but I like their first go around with it. I know it's a little bit different. It's open-ended. It's got RPG elements to it. How pronounced they are or not, I again can't say from experience. I haven't played it yet. But having really liked the first one and then seeing that the reviews were pretty much positive across the board, I'm pretty sure it's going to be alright. But yeah, the main reason that I got the PS5 was for Final Fantasy Rebirth. I played through that. Mainly because like that was like my favorite game growing up on like the PS1. But the new one didn't really overtake my stance on that. I still prefer the OG over it. But I mean, it was alright for what it was. I got like 120 hours out of it. But I deleted it from the console, so it doesn't seem like I'm going to be going back to it anytime soon. I might replay it again a year or two from now. I don't know, it's one of those, like, you gotta either be invested in it or it's probably not going to come off as good as it does to most people. Having grown up with the story, I was invested in it, but how like a newer player would see it, like I can't say. I don't think they'd really understand the hype. Alright, what do we got here? We got an echolocator. Alright, actually, I probably should have looked. Yeah, we are not walking all that way. Let's hit up this autophage on the ground here. Call in our ship and fly over to the objective. Sweet deal. 10 quad servos. That's gonna come in handy. But this is basically what we're gonna go looking for. He's just not the one that we need to find. But you go up, you feed him some Atlantium, and then I guess we'll see what happens when we get to the one that we're supposed to go see. That's also another thing I really like about this game is the ship variety. They have quite a few different types. This type is an exotic. And they have fighters, haulers, explorers, solar ships, and sentinel ships, and living ships. Sentinel ships have like thousands upon thousands of different varieties that you can go and find. So I've been spending a lot of time doing that. Demon Souls I've heard of, but I've never actually played. So, I've heard that it's good. I want to say I saw it on the PlayStation Plus collection. I just never got around to playing it. So, I mean, personally, I can't really speak about it. Except for, like, seeing a couple of reviews here and there. Yeah, I saw a lot of people on my friends list playing that game. Games like that, The Division 2. What the hell was another game that I kept seeing a lot of people were playing? Helldivers 2. Baldur's Gate 3. And that's usually like one of the things that I go off of. Like, if I notice like a lot of people on my friend list are playing the same type of game, pretty much gives me the incentive to give it a shot. Because it seems like if they weren't, I'm just trying to find a spot to land. If a lot of them weren't playing like the same similar games, like if I noticed them play it and then like a couple days later, like they all moved on to something else, and it's like, yeah, alright, that one's probably going to be a dud. But Helldivers 2 seems like it's worth it to get. I know it didn't start off at like full price. I think it's like $40. Because it's not made by like a AAA studio. I just know that they had a lot of controversy going on over the past couple of weeks. Not because of anything game related, it's because the people on Steam, I think PlayStation was going to force them to make PlayStation Network accounts, but then they backed off on it. But other than that, everything that I've heard from and about the game has been quality. High on Life sounds like a game that I've heard of. Or I might be thinking High on Knife. Is it a first-person shooter with like a gun that talks to you? Or am I thinking about like a completely different game? I think this is where we need to go. Yep. Yeah, I watched a video of that shit. It looked like it was hilarious. It was, I think it was one of the DLC missions, though. Like, the dude wound up, there's like this big turtle dude that you need to do a quest for. He's gonna like throw you to like where you need to get in the game. But like the job and like the mission involves you have to like shoot barnacles off him or some shit. And like it goes on for a little bit, then he's like, "Oh, now you gotta get the ones in my backside." And you wind up like going in his ass. And like when you go inside, it's like Cheers, the bar. And I'm just like watching it like, all right, this is a game I'm gonna need to play eventually, because this is just absolutely fucked. Oh shit, alright. I wasn't expecting this. Chromatic metal we have. Cavernous hues we have. And we have condensed cat. A segment of every interceptor wishes to self-actualize. Oh, now you want the Atlantean. Okay. The sixth. If you're looking for something, it's definitely an RPG, so it's gonna tick that box for you. If you're looking for something that's gonna make you laugh your ass off, then yeah, nah, you could do a lot worse. The gist of what I got off of like the video I saw was basically it's like Borderlands, only intensified. But like there's all like every weapon that you can get in the game, like each one has like a different personality. But yeah, no, I need to check in more on that game. 'Cause like you said, I just saw the video. It randomly popped up on my YouTube. And I'm like, well, what the fuck is this? So, I mean, that was just the DLC. I don't know about the whole game itself. So, I might want to check it out. But yeah, no, I mean, other than just seeing that video, like, I've heard a few people talk about it, and it was all positive reviews. So, I don't imagine it would be a bad pickup. That's not too bad. Oh, yeah, I was thinking about you too, because friggin', they updated the levels. You can go higher than a level 4 now. I'm still working my way to level 5. I think I need, 4 full game purchases, and I think it was like 150, give or take, rare trophies. I got all the trophies. I think I just need to buy 2 more games. Stars, I'm still trying to get a bunch going. I want to say I am at either a little under or a little over 5,000 at this point. Yeah, and that's like another thing that you can pretty much cheat. You don't have to buy like full-priced games. You can get friggin', I think Christ Anthem was just on sale for like $2. Oh shit, I got pirates. So I mean, even if you weren't ever gonna play the game, what's $2? But I actually started to hear some decent stuff about that game too. Not that it's like phenomenal enough, but like it's worth a play if you play through, I guess. And like Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, I saw that's like on sale for already 50% off. Like, yep. Maybe when it gets down to $2 like Anthem, I'll consider buying it. Just everything about that game just looked horrific. Straight up repetitive gameplay. The story was atrocious. Alright, we're gonna stop and grab those two. I think we need to go back to the mission giver. I wasn't really paying much attention. Could be wrong. There you go. But yeah, my point, it's pretty easy to knock off the full games that you need to level up. I'd just say keep an eye on the store if you see something, whether it's like an indie game or whatnot. I mean, don't buy something you're not going to play, but if you're just looking to bump up your level, you can always find something cheap for like $2 to $3. Another game I saw that was on the cheap, it was, I think it's available from PlayStation Plus, that I wound up playing. I think I did a full playthrough of it. The Ascent. It's like a top-down stick shooter, but the story was pretty enjoyable. The gunplay was fun. I got quite a few hours out of it. I might actually go back to it. I think I get like 2 more trophies and I get the platinum. Excuse me. But one of them requires multiplayer, and I think the multiplayer in the game is all effed up. Where am I supposed to be going? Pretty sure I was supposed to stay on the planet. Yep, there it is. But there's a version, there's a PS4 and a PS5 version for that game, so I downloaded it onto the PS5. But right now I let my PlayStation Plus lapse. just because I had this and I knew I wasn't going to be playing any of the games on that.
Weather warning.
And
Incoming storm.
I'm probably going to re-up it again in a couple of weeks once I get done with Everspace 2. But since I know I'm not going to be playing any of the games that they're offering or using multiplayer, it just seemed like why re-up the subscription if I'm not going to be utilizing it? Just be wasting the money. Would you? Thank you. These are always worthwhile to grab up when you see them. So you can turn the mold into nanites, which are a rarer form of currency. What I've been doing.
Radiation protection.
Where the
Warning.
hell did the mold just go? Oh, did it go into the freighter? Yeah, it must have. Well, that works. I didn't think it would automatically go there. Because the freighter's not in this system. Alright. Ooh. Come here, you.
Units received.
Alright. We need to upgrade our protection. Hang on.
Technology recharge. Technology recharge. Technology recharge.
There you go. And hello, sir. Who's the guy I gotta talk to? It's you. Hand in mission. Hey! Got a new component for our multi-tool. Compact box of circuitry and ethereal crystals, painstakingly wired by hand. One of 3 core components, this forms the core of a traditional autophage voltaic staff. Awesome sauce. Thing is, I feel like I would beat High on Life in like 2 or 3 days. Again, I'm not sure how long of a game it is. That's probably would be the case. And I don't know about like replayability or whatnot. So definitely look into it before you make the purchase on it. Like PlayStation trophies usually has information about like how long a game's gonna be, like the average completion time and stuff. And then if there's like a lot of collectibles and stuff, you usually spend some more time going around gathering those up if you go for like the trophies. Ask about Atlantean Tremor. Scavenge construct veterans weathered shell jitters, some loose part rattling inside them. They seem excited to discuss this new blueprint. But I mean, if you want a game that's going to give you like hours and hours of playtime, I'm going to point to this one because I've got 300 hours in this and I'm still doing missions. So it definitely got us $30 worth as far as I'm concerned. This blueprint is blood to the ritual. The staff is a shell of her body. Go, build, meet more of blah. I see disruption in blah. Must seek more autophage. It's my own, not a convergence. I am again encouraged to move on, to meet more of the autophage. These beings seem reluctant to finalize their assessment of me, each individual autophage urging me on to another. Yeah, they're passing the buck. I think that would make them assholes. But with each construct I meet, I sense I am progressing towards acceptance, even friendship. These gifts, these blueprints, are proof of that. The Atlantidium chamber seems to be the next stage of this ritual. Which I could just go into this thing and purchase if I wanted to, but I don't think they'd allow me to move the mission on if I did that. But yeah, like, this is just on normal mode. I might do a survival run, possibly a permadeath, but The platinum was pretty easy to get, a little time consuming. But there's nothing that's like extraordinarily difficult to get. It's basically the hardest ones were the milestones, which are pretty much like all what the trophies are based on. Like there's 3 different ones for each type, like talking with aliens. The more you do that, I think you have to get to 100. It has the ability to be co-op. You can play with other people, or you can just go solo. Like I said, I don't have PlayStation Plus right now, so even if I wanted to play multiplayer, I couldn't. But I think you can have like a squad of 4 people. I honestly don't know how it works because I haven't utilized it yet, but I do know like that there's a couple of content creators, the videos have popped up, like they're doing squad runs. And then like there's this thing called the just wanted to say the Aurora, the Anomaly, and you can meet up there and do missions with groups of people and stuff like that. I will say it's, to start off, it is a little bit confusing. There's a small learning curve to it, but I mean it's easy to overcome, easy to get your bearings. It's just a matter of like sticking with it. At first it seemed like it was just going to be way too much, but now like I mean, it's pretty much just the back of my hand. Oh yeah, we gotta craft the other object. We're gonna do that right here. There we go, so we got one more to go. Like this is very late game where I'm at right now. But like what you're gonna do, you'll start off, you wake up on a planet, your ship will be broken, you have to fix it. But it's nothing too difficult. But just getting your understanding, your bearings of all like the different components and stuff, like there's a whole bunch of elements, which like as you move on, you'll need more and more. But like chromatic metal is one of the types that you're gonna need, but it's early on, it's kind of difficult to come across. But like later in the game, like you're gonna have more than you're ever gonna need. The only drawbacks is when you start off, you don't have a whole lot of space, like in your exosuit technology or in your inventory, to carry stuff. But there's quick and easy ways to increase your slots. It's a little bit time consuming, but once it's done, like you never have to worry about it again. Oh, for fuck's sake. Skip this. But there's plenty of content creators out there that provide tips and tricks, strategies. There's another guy, he does a lot with like the Sentinel ships, points like where you need to go to find certain ones. Showcases like usually like 20 in a video. But I want to say there's 15 total galaxies. And yeah, no, this game, there's still gonna be new stuff coming. Like in the next like year or two, it might slow down a little bit because they're working on a new game called Light No Fire, and they're a relatively small studio. But it's kind of like The Long Dark. If you kept up with like me playing that, like the game's over 10 years old. They're still kicking out new content. And this one's not too far off. I think this game's about 8 years old, but that's what like sold me on it, because they just put out, I think it's the Orbital update, and I randomly saw the advertisement for it on my Facebook feed. And I think I had just recently played The Outer Worlds, because it was free on PlayStation Plus, but it wasn't what I was expecting game-wise. And that's when I realized, like, oh wait, I was thinking about this game. So I was like, shit, might as well pick it up, it's on sale. compared to how it released to where it's at now, it's like night and day. But like I said, even if it's at full price, it's worth it because you're still going to get new content. None of it's DLC. It's all free released. Like, that's another thing that like worked in favor of me like wanting to get involved with this game. Is like any of the updates they do, it's all free of charge. Like, which even still would still be worth like a couple of bucks if they wanted to charge for it, but it's not in their MO. It does have glitches. There are some flaws. They're few and far between. But like I've had a couple of issues where like I was in a mission and it didn't progress to the next objective. But you could easily like go into your log, hover over the mission when it does that, and it'll have you like restart it at a new point. So it's not like it's gonna break the game or anything. It's just a small little nuisance. But it doesn't happen all that often. It's just like once or twice, I think. But like you don't have to like reset it back to where you were. Like no matter where you're at in the game, you can restart the mission from where you're at instead of having to go all the way back like fucking half a galaxy away. But I just figured I'd point that out just because it's happened to a lot of the players. Like, which, I don't know if I still have it. No, it was along this path, but it was a different one. But it was like, you need to go to the galactic core. And like I kept going and going and going. Actually, I'll show you once I get up into space. Give you a visual representation of what I'm talking about here. So when you get out into space, usually you'll have anywhere between 2 to 6 different planets in the system. Which, nope, wrong button. I'll bring this up. Go to discoveries. As we can see, we got 5 planets and 1 moon. So, if you get tired of floating around here, or you want to move on and find different elements and resources and stuff, you bring up your galaxy map. And as we can see, it was telling me, you need to go to the galaxy core. So I was following, like, the line that's on the screen is like a direct path to where you need to go for your selected mission. And I just kept going and going and going, and I'm like, does this ever fucking end? So I like looked it up, and it's like, yeah, no, it was glitched out. You just gotta restart the mission from where you're at, and suddenly it was like the next spot over. It was like, all right, I'm done. I was like, Jesus Christ, man! I spent like 2.5 days just following this fucking line. But yeah, all these little dots right here are solar systems. Each with like anywhere between 2 to 6 stars that you can warp to and go fucking frolic around in. I think in total there's 17 trillion planets in this game. And there is no way in hell any one person is ever gonna go to every single planet in the game. They do get a little bit repetitive after a while. I mean, all the planets are different, but some start to look similar. And like the way they're constructed, there's only a limited amount of like there's toxic planets, nuclear planets, excessively cold and excessively hot planets. So I mean, once you've gone to every single type of those, you're gonna start seeing a little bit of repetition. But there's always something to do. Like, mainly what I've been doing lately is I'll go to the dissonant planets, which is like the ones that had those like purple shards and the robots on them. Because each individual one has a different type of sentinel ship. So I've basically just been bouncing around to all those, trying to find like different ships to fill my fleet up with. Actually, if we warp in, we might be able to do a freighter battle. Because one of the things that you can have is a freighter, which is basically a giant ship, which we could go to where mine is. If I can get it on the right thing. Is that the one? I can't tell. There we go. That's where I want to go. But no, like I said, if you're looking for a game that's gonna give you plenty of playtime, this would definitely be one. Because like I want to say like at this point probably 310 hours in, and I'm still finding new stuff. What the hell is... Oh, it's an asteroid. Alright, there's my freighter. So walk on over. So this is a little bit later on in the game when you'll be able to come across these. The first one that you can get will be free, but don't go for the first one that's offered to you, would be my suggestion, because it's usually a lower class. And depending on the class, like the C, B, A, and S class, so the higher the class, the more value it's going to be, the more it would cost you to purchase it. But the first one that you get, that you accept to take, is always going to be free. So if you want to hold off, most people definitely recommend holding off, because the first one that you get offered is usually going to be a C class. So the way that you could find out what the class is, the value, the amount of slots and stuff, as soon as you land, when you come inside of it, you just bring up your scanner, and as I can see, like over here, it says Captain, Admiral, been a shift, fleet size 18, freighter, B class, 33 by 19, so that's cargo and tech slots. That's off though, because this is an A class freighter. But like anytime you land on a freighter, if you like the look of it and you think you want to get it, just do that quick little scan, and it'll tell you like what the class is and all that. But as we can see in the menu, it's A class. It won't have all these upgrades on it. You got to get those over time, but it's all easy enough. But yeah, once you get one of these, my suggestion, and I've seen a lot of other people have been suggesting it in their videos too, is when you get the resources to start building, you want to set up your storage containers. You can have a total of 9 of them. Each of them has 50 slots of inventory space, so you can have a total of 450. But once you have these equipped to your freighter, as long as you're in the system that your freighter's in, and you have, actually we can do it right here, this thing unlocked, the matter beam, you can access all of your storage without having to come to your freighter. And once you get involved with the game and like get like the mechanics of it understood, like you'll understand like the importance of that. Because like I said, starting off your exosuit, you're not gonna have, I think maybe you'll have like this much inventory space to start. But it's easy enough. Every system you go to has a, usually, not all of them, but most of the systems that you go to each have an individual space station. So when you go on to that, you can purchase an inventory slot. Same with the anomaly that you can fly in. So each system you go to, you can buy an inventory or a tech slot at the space station, then call in the anomaly, go on that, and buy another one. And you can do that in every system that you go to with the anomaly. But there's an easier way to do it, which is, I'm going to go to a space station right now just to show you. I want to go somewhere nearby. system. Yeah, we can go to the one in the system we're in. Alright, so this here is your space station. So, if you want to get inventory slots without spending units, because early on in the game, units are going to be few and far between, you go to this guy. Actually, let me back up real quick. Because as you're going around on the planets, you're going to find this item, navigation data. And you can have a stack of 40 as a full stack, I'd say. Gather up as many of those as you can get early on. Come to this guy. He'll be in the same spot regardless of what space station you go to. But you go into exchange specific charts. And yeah, it's 3 for each of these. But buy a bunch of these ones. And then just go down to a planet and just keep... what's the word I'm looking for? Good Lord, I'm fucking... Initializing, activating. Just keep activating those. You can do one at a time. So it'll send you to a coordinates, which will be called a drop pod. And what you'll need is to have one of these, and some of these. So get a good stack of condensed carbon, get yourself a decent stack of antimatter housings and carbon nanotubes. Easily craftable. I think these just are carbon. I can find out in a second. But like what I was doing was I would get like a full stack of both of these and a whole bunch of the carbon, and I'd go around because there's pretty much an unlimited supply of drop pods on the planets. And within like 2 hours, I went from like this much inventory space to like this much inventory space. And once you open up your inventory space, the game becomes a hell of a lot easier. You can carry a lot more stuff with you as opposed to putting it into your storage. Yeah. Like, there's no, like, level for power and stuff, but, like, all your upgrades... I mean, it's a little confusing. But in time, like, to max out your exosuit, I think there's 60 technology slots. Yeah, it's 10 per row. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, 60 technology slots and 120 inventory slots. But as you can see, like, you really don't need to have the inventory maxed out. Like, this usually stays empty. So, I mean, even at, like, 60 inventory slots, you're pretty much going to be covered. And then, like, some items that are, like, clutch to begin with become pretty much obsolete later on. Like, the multi-tool expansion slots, my multi-tools. I mean, I could add more to this, but I really don't need much more. But like I said, those exosuit charts, like, I just junk those. I have no need for them anymore, because I can't add any more slots or anything, so I wouldn't need to go looking for those stuff. You can customize your character whenever you want. Yeah, you just come over to this machine here. If I can make it work. But yeah, you can customize your character anytime you want, and you can save up to 3 of them. Like, this is my main right here. And I started tweaking around with one. Yeah, this one needs a lot more work. But like, you can also unlock more stuff as you're going along. Like different helmets, different races. You get the travelers. Like, this is null. See a lot of people like that do YouTube and stuff. They usually have this guy as a character. But yeah, no, there's plenty of customization, plenty of variety. And you get like a Emil from Near Automata. Automata? I always say Automata. I don't fucking know why. But yeah, no, there's plenty of variety. But I just prefer this character. Like the color schemes of it, the helmet's kind of cool looking. But you can do that, you can do body shape. Different head colors. The colors, I mean, maybe in a future update they'll add some more color varieties. But I mean, that's the only criticism that I'd have about that. But yeah, you can pretty much just spend it on, hell, most of a day if you wanted to, just working on your customer creation. But as you can see, like, I still got a whole bunch of stuff that I need to unlock. I think these might be from expeditions, so I might not be able to unlock them. I have no idea. We could switch the backpack up if we wanted to. Actually, that one's kind of cool looking. It's got the meters on the back. So that's why I keep the original one. If you look at this, you can see what your hazard protection's at and where your oxygen level's at, just by looking at your backpack. It's not a necessity, but like early on in the game when you get your bearings, it's definitely worthwhile to keep it as such. I could throw on a cape, but I don't think I want to do that. But yeah, I'm gonna try this backpack out. Why are my legs different color? Yeah, no, you can pretty much do whatever you want with it. The sky, quote unquote, is the limit. Save changes. Yeah, we'll save changes. It's gonna take some getting used to. Been looking at the same backpack for the last 3 weeks. It's a little bit sleeker though, I kinda like it. But then you can also come over here, you got your mission givers. Usually get some decent items. Deliver an item for a salvage frigate module. We're gonna hit him up for that. And then as far as like spaceships, once you get your units up, you can just sit here. Any ship that pops in, if you like it, just run up to the guy until he gets on out. How you doing? Have a chat. And they'll sell you some items if you want to purchase some stuff. Definitely want to get these. Wiring looms are clutch. Wind up using them for a lot of things. Take 20 of them. But what you could also do is make an offer on a ship. And again, going off of the class, depending on the class, the amount of inventory space, the technology, and anything that might be fitted, it's all gonna account for how much it's gonna wind up running you. But you go to negotiate price, and you could either buy it outright, or if you have a ship that you don't really care for, you can use that as like trade-in credit. There's no way in hell I would do that with the ship that I have. Mine is worth 46 million. His is only worth 4 point, just a little over 4. But yeah, so what you could do, just sit around space stations. There's also like trade outposts down on the planets that you can do the same thing. But if you're looking for a certain like class type, depending on the economy of the system that you're in, will determine like whether it's going to be A classes, S classes, so on and so forth. And then the race type, like if it's a Gex system, you're going to see a lot more explorers and haulers. Whereas the Viking, they're more of like a battle type race. They usually have more fighter jets and stuff like that. Corvax, I think, are shuttles, maybe explorers. And then like exotic ships, you're only going to find these in 3 class economies, like the best economies. And they're very few and far between. I've only seen 2 so far, both of which I bought up. One, I got rid of the other one that I had, but this has been my go-to because this thing just handles like a champ. but they are going to be vastly more expensive. I think this ran me about 35 million. But again, over time, like money easily becomes no object. Like we're chilling at 1 billion units right now. Oh, there's a solar ship. Those things are kind of cool looking. A little aggravating to fly though. It's the one that I picked up. I actually like the color scheme on this one. C-class, 4.4 million units. What do I got for ships? Yeah, you could have a total of 12 different ships at a time. So you can easily gather them. You can also get them free, crashed on the planets. If you come across distress signals and shit. Or like all the Sentinel ships that I've picked up, those you get for free. You just gotta go through like a little bit of a process to unlock it. But like, they all look kind of similar, but the wings, the cockpits, and the engines and stuff, they all vary in shape and size. Like this one I call the Blue Beetle. Then we got the Shredder. But I think that was like my go-to for making most of the money that I got. I just go around to different distant planets, gather up a bunch of these ships, cash them in, because they're usually worth anywhere between 15 to 50 million per scrap. Gigabytes? I think it's like 14. It's not much. It's not huge as a game. Like they just did an update that was like 8 gigabytes, but I think that's because some of the new updates that are gonna be coming out. But like even that, like what I was watching with content creators, like that was unheard of. Like they've never had a update that was that size. Yeah, like I like the look of the Sentinel ships. They just don't handle like the exotic that I have, so I usually don't fly them around. But every now and again, when I want variety, I'll switch over. Then we get the Vulture. I really like the wings on these types. I've been looking for like a similar style wing-wise, but I haven't really had much luck with them. They're kind of similar. They're a lot like Chorus and Everspace. But like I tried playing, I think it was like Elite Dangerous. That was just way too realistic for my liking. This is kind of like a cross between. But you can fly in two different ways. Let me hop in. You can either do it like I prefer it this way, from the back of the ship, but you can also switch your point of view to the cockpit as well. We'll just take this out for a little test run. But I think you can alter the control schematics as well. Just switch it to like actually flying a plane where up is down, down is up. But no, the customization ability in this game is just off the charts. So, I mean, you can tailor make it to how you want to play it. Pretty sure. Base was alright for me. I got used to it pretty quickly. But like I said, initially starting off, it's a little slow going. And try to like understand everything that's going on, like the elements, crafting. It's going to take a little bit of time. So I'd say the first couple of hours might be like a little overbearing, a little confusing. But just stick with it, because once you get past that hurdle, like the game just opens up immensely. And like I said, I'm 300 hours in, and I'm still not bored of it. So definitely worthwhile. But yeah, no, if you pick it up, I can. Oh, there you go. Those are the days. No, I think driving's a hell of a lot different from when I was a kid. Nowadays, people are just assholes all over the road. Then again, like where I live, that's always been the case. I can't speak for where you're at. Maybe your drivers are more civilized, less inclined to road rage. Yeah, I think it's 16 and a half here, and we have to have had our permit for 6 months. So that's pretty much on par for where I'm at. Yeah, so definitely, like, as soon as you can get it. That way you'll be able to get your license the earliest as possible. I don't know if it's like around here where we had to, you can get it quicker if you took driver's ed. And for the license examination, like the road test, it was a lot easier if you had your driver's ed instructor with you. They'd usually give you a pass if you made like minimal mistakes. Whereas like if you went with like your parents or stuff, like you screwed up like a little thing that you'd be like, yep, nope, fail. So driver's ed was definitely something I'd recommend. Plus it'll lower your insurance rate too. Which that's like the one drawback for when you first start driving. Like I think it's like the first 7 years you're gonna pay out the ass for car insurance. But then once you get past that, like I think I was paying like $64 a year when originally I think it was like $400 a year when I first started driving. So as much of a hassle as it might feel like to do driving school, like it definitely has its benefits. Definitely worthwhile. Yeah, it seems a little bit. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. I think we did like classes like in a classroom. I want to say once a week for an hour and a half. Maybe twice a week. It wasn't 4 hours. Like shit, that just seems like way too much. And then I think we had to do 15 hours driving with people, like other students, and observing them, and then 15 or 30 hours driving ourselves, like with the instructor and stuff. But like I always had a blast because it was always like, yeah, just go to 7-Eleven. Like he'd have me just drive around and do errands for him and shit. The only time I was like ever like overwhelmed was like the first time he was like, all right, pull on the highway. I'm like, fuck no. I'm not going out there. It's like, you're gonna have to eventually in your life. Well, why not now? Like I struggled like the on-ramp because like I was just so used to like I can't go over this speed limit. I can't like it's like no, you jack it up, dude. You need to get up to 55. But like it didn't take long for me to get accustomed to driving on the highway. Very, very quickly it became one of my favorite things to do. Yeah, no, that shit wouldn't fly nowadays. That guy would be losing his job real quick. You'd have a nice little lawsuit for the fucking instructors. The school itself. Well, no, like I think my instructor, well, I had a couple of instructors, but like this one guy, Tom, he was an EMT. He'd tell us like all the horror stories that he'd see, like fucking bringing patients to the hospital and shit. And it's like, looking back, it's like, yeah, dude, pretty sure HIPAA laws were probably broken, telling your ass students about all the fucking weird shit that happened on your ambulance. So I'll check this guy real quick. I don't think we can afford the item that I'm hoping to get. And let's see. I think we need 3,200 to get the head mask. Yep, and we have 3,150. I've been saving up to get this new mask for my character. I doubt I'm going to use it, I just want to see what it looks like. We still got time to go on that. Anywho, I think I'm going to take a small little break. Maybe we've been going, Christ, like 3 hours? Give or take, maybe even 4. This might be a record breaker. But my coffee is empty, and my lungs need some carcinogens. My belly could probably use some food too. I don't know. We'll see. What do we got? Just about 2:45. Probably be back around like 3:15, maybe 3:30, give or take, depending on what it is that I go and get off into. But yeah, no, dude, good catching up. Like I said, been a while. Fuck, man. But yeah, no, if you get this game, any questions you have, feel free. If there's content creators you want me to point you in the direction of, there's quite a few I could recommend. But yeah, anything that gives you a hiccup, just feel free to ask. Definitely help you out. But I'll be around. But with that, for Tito, and for the folks that have come and gone, giving us a watch, I am the content creator. I wouldn't go that far. I just try to be a decent dude. But for Tito, for yours truly, and for the many that came by and left and watched, and for anybody that may make to the sound of my voice in the future, thank y'all for watching. As always, we appreciate and value your viewership and support of the channel, and hopefully we'll catch y'all on the next one. But with that stated, this is Slammy, signing off. Until next time. Peace, y'all.